Welcome to the brand new Central High School baseball field in Northeast Springfield as Mediacom brings you coverage of a special edition of high school baseball this evening here on MC22. Tonight it's the 2020 Springfield Public Schools senior baseball game, matching the seniors of Hillcrest and Kickapoo against the seniors of Central, Glendale and Parkview. Hi everybody, welcome back to Local Sports on MC22. I'm Don West, joined this evening by Mike McClure. And Mike, local sports are back, at least here for now in the summertime, and it's great to be back on the air.
It is an honor to be here. We have missed being on this side of the camera for these high school baseball seniors for the Springfield Public Schools. One chance, literally, to put on their school uniform for a final time to add one more memory to what has been just, you know, a nightmare of a senior season, particularly for spring sports. Thankfully for the Springfield Public Schools, they've been able to get some of these seniors together, whether it be for golf or tennis. Tonight it's baseball, and we are very appreciative of the fact that we are able to broadcast this baseball game tonight. From
a brand new facility for Central High School, and the first game to be played on this field. Very special night for Central.
It is an outstanding facility. Our congratulations to everyone at Springfield Central. What a great way to christen this new baseball field tonight.
The 2020 Springfield Public Schools senior baseball game comes your way tonight, and we'll get it underway when we return here on MC22. Senior high school baseball this evening on this 23rd of July from Northeast Springfield. And your starting lineup for the Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors. These are the first 9, and then there are more. It's Joey Morris in center, Chase Tollison in left, Garrett Cates at second, Jacob Martin pitching. Tommy Slattery starts on the bench, Austin Bonham as well, Chase Cruz at shortstop, Chase Griesmer on the bench, and Jeb Jarman catching. And then beyond that, we'll have Dean Phillips in right field, Garrett Fry at first base, Cooper Ryan on the bench, and Will Bailey at third to base. And there will be a lot of shuffling in the defensive order tonight. And for the Central Glendale Parkview seniors, it's Jared Allen, Matthew Kellerstrass, and Jerry Gaylor in the outfield, with Charles Woodworth, Zachary Young, Tommy Carr, and Tanner Burnett around the infield. The catcher is Turner Jackson of Glendale, and Jerry Gaylor make that Tim Glenn pitching for Glendale. And all these Springfield Public School seniors getting one last chance to play thanks to the work of Athletic Director Josh Scott, his assistant Marty Marsh, who will join us during the third inning this evening.
Got a great starting pitcher in Timmy Glenn from Glendale. He is headed to Southwest Baptist University to play baseball. In 2019, he was 7-1 with a 1.28 ERA.
Well, to this extent, local sports are back here for the time being. And ball one to Joey Morris from Kickapoo. He will go to Mizzou, but not play sports. And Glenn's pitch is in for a strike, with Chuck Foley out of the Springfield Public Schools front office calling the balls and strikes. And the father-son tandem of Robert Hill, the dad, at first base, and Tony Hill, the son, at third base. There's a strike called.
Joey Morris, an all-conference outfielder, and also academic awards for him. In 2019, he hit .278 for the Chiefs and drove in 14.
A foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Turner Jackson. And this game is underway with Chase Tollison out of Kickapoo coming to the plate. He'll start in left field. These teams divided as evenly as they could get them numbers-wise. So you have 2 schools against 3 schools, as it turns out. The Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors, the visiting team. And Glenn to Tollison, and that's way high.
Tollison headed to Evangel University to play baseball for the Crusaders.
Well, Tim Glenn looking to get it under control. We start this evening at 90 degrees. The southeast wind at 8, but you can barely feel it. That one broke off into the turf, all turf around the infield, grass outfield with the red covering around the fence here at this New facility. On 2-2 to Chase Tollison. And he goes after a high hard one for strikeout number 2 for Timmy Glenn.
Just a pitch up and in, and Tollison could not lay off of it.
Garrett Cates out of Hillcrest now. He'll start at second base. He's headed to Missouri State, but no sports. Although he was all-conference and all-district in soccer this year. Kind of a quick pitch from Glenn, and that's fouled back. And one of the first things I noticed here, Mike, the old facility that Central played in for so many years, Nichols Park over in West Springfield. And there's a strike called to Cates. Kind of the same thing behind the field, a neighborhood street running along. I think it's Bergman Court behind us here. And the houses and the backyards kind of back right up to the field. Reminds me a little bit of what Nichols was. On 2-2 to Cates.
271 hitter back in 2019.
A high chopper off of the glove of the third baseman, Charles Woodworth. And that will be an error, and Cates will run at first. So the first base runner of the game is Garrett Cates.
Kind of got fooled on how much that was going to bounce off the artificial turf, but it was in his glove momentarily. Just the reason for the error.
Kickapoo's Jacob Martin to the plate. He will start on the mound. Runner goes. Pitch is low and away, and the stolen base for Cates. Squirts away a short distance, but Cates hangs at second base with 2 away.
Young trying to keep it in front of him.
And Martin takes one. Very high from Glenn.
A lot of these kids have been playing summer baseball, so it's not like they've had time off since March.
Many staying active, trying to stay sharp with their baseball games, with quite a few moving on to some small college ranks. Several Evangel players on the field tonight. Two balls and a strike to Jacob Martin. And Turner Jackson will go out for a word. As you see, even some of the bench players and coaches mandated to wear masks. Some of the fans have them, some don't. Up and in again to Martin.
Good velocity on that fastball. You could hear it pop the catcher's mitt.
On a 3-1, the count runs full now to Jacob Martin, so 2 out and the runner at second. As the Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors look to jump on top with a runner in scoring position here in the top of the first. In there for strike 3, and Tim Glenn gets 3 strikeouts in the inning. We played half an inning with the Central Glendale Parkview seniors coming to bat. Home team coming up, Central Glendale Parkview, and their lineup will shape up like this evening. Matthew Kellerstrass leading off, playing center field. Zachary Young, the shortstop. Then it's Hunter Harrell starting on the bench. Tim Glenn, the starting pitcher. Tommy Carr at second base. Tanner Burnett at first. Jerry Gaylor in right. Turner Jackson catching. Charles Woodworth at third base, and then beyond that, Brandon Wiles starts on the bench, Jared Allen in left field, Harper Brady on the bench, and Tyler McClellan on the bench for the Central Glendale Parkview seniors. On the defensive look for Hillcrest and Kickapoo, it's Tollison, Morris, and Phillips in the outfield. Bailey, Cruz, Cates, and Fry around the infield. Jeb Jarman, the catcher, and Jacob Martin, so an all Kickapoo battery. Martin drawing the pitching start. And a look at Jacob Martin, a late addition to the Hillcrest Kickapoo roster. Hillcrest Kickapoo team coached by Ryan Schafitzel as the head coach, the longtime Hillcrest coach, and Brett Gallion of Parkview coaches the Central Glendale Parkview seniors. Ball one to Kellerstrass.
He was going to be the starting center fielder for Glendale. Bat leadoff, has game-changing speed. I like that definition of him. Going to play baseball at Evangel.
Chopper foul. So this field, located just to the west of the big bus facility for Springfield Public Schools along Pythian Street and east of Cedarbrook. So just a few hundred yards away from the Cooper facilities along East Pythian Street. The closest to here would be the soccer fields, and then on back to the west with baseball and softball, and of course the Cooper tennis complex. Kellerstrass hits one in the air to right center field, and in comes Dean Phillips for the catch. One away. Zachary Young coming to the plate. Going the other way with it. And one out in the bottom of the first.
Young, a 200 hitter back in 2019. His ERA when he pitched for the Vikings in 2019, just under 4.0. He was an honorable mention all conference pick. Said pitching against Nixon, the district tournament was a highlight for him.
Young hits one foul. And that's one of those that'll get off into one of those backyards. Jacob Martin to Zachary Young on 0-2. And a swing and a miss, and a quick tag there by Jarman for the second out.
Good pitch here by Martin. Young didn't quite have it timed.
Hunter Harrell, our first Central Bulldog to bat on his new home field. And ball one. This field would have been ready for the spring 2020 season. But as of March 13th with the shutdown, it never happened. Ball two to Harrell.
Hunter Harrell, a good-sized young man. You wouldn't think a stolen base threat, but he said his biggest thrill was stealing home against New Covenant. If Glenn Brummer can do it, then Hunter Harrell can do it.
2 balls and 1 strike. Harrell looks at strike 2.
Good curveball that time from Martin.
On 2-2, the base is empty and 2 outs. A swing and a miss. And the Central Glendale Parkview seniors go 3 up, 3 down in the first. 1 complete inning. No score in the 2020 Springfield Public Schools senior baseball game. to the second inning. There's those buses in the background there from your shot from beyond first base here on East Pythian Street. Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors got one base runner on an error in the first inning, and he got as far as second base. Other than that, nothing. It will be Tommy Slattery to bat against Hunter Harrell, who just batted for the home team. Harrell now to take his turn on the mound.
He was 1-4 on the mound back in 2019. That was one of the two Central wins. They were 2-16. Central had no home games in 2019. Everything was on the road. How difficult was that?
At the point that Nichols Park just became unplayable.
Right.
And so, yeah, perils of a school that's landlocked in downtown. And the parents and the families, these senior players, getting out to see them one more time in a high school setting. So 3 strikeouts for the starting pitcher, Jacob Martin, in the first inning. And now it's Harrell to pitch the second.
Tommy Slattery, one of the many players on these teams, headed to OTC.
There are several for both teams. More than any other local college or not local for that matter.
He said one of his favorite parts of baseball was the 6 a.m. workouts. We got to have a talk.
Maybe
baseball
maybe
at
that
6
was
in the
just,
morning.
Maybe it was just memorable, not necessarily in a good way. Tommy Slattery will lead it off. Out of Kickapoo. And Hunter Harrell hits him on the first pitch. Austin Bonham out of Hillcrest will bat.
Second team all conference back in 2019, hit .328, had 2 home runs, drove in 16.
He gets plunked.
He gets plunked.
Two on and nobody out. And it's Chase Cruz coming up.
On that left elbow.
Cruz from Kickapoo. Strike one. Bounces off of the glove, and a quick throw to second base. It was pretty close. We remember Chase Cruz for an amazing catch in their football game against Glendale last fall. Ball that he pinned on his hip as he was rolling and able to hang on to it during a Kickapoo drive. Shane Freeby and I called it the second best high school football catch we've ever seen. Second only to that Jeremy Nicholson catch in the 0-2 state quarterfinals at Lockwood. One ball and one strike now to Cruz.
That's been 18 years ago now. Holy cow.
Indeed it has. On through to second base. That's a nice bunt. Nobody covering, and everybody will be safe on the bunt single for Cruz. They are loaded with nobody out for the Hornet Chief team.
Talk about perfectly placed. Third baseman not playing in.
Chase Griesmer to the plate. Big chance for him here with the bases full and nobody out. Ball one inside to Griesmer. Jackson has to go up for that one. 2-0 will get a visit to the mound. So Jared White, the Central coach, getting to play on his new field tonight, and the home team with his coaching and that of Brett Gallion from Parkview with Bo Davis and Austin Kendrick, and Glendale's Jim Julian, Dan Julian, Jeff Mason, all making this happen tonight. Price Cutter Charity Championship golf tournament goes on at Highland Springs Country Club this week. Round one today. Finishing on Sunday. And then after that, I guess, Mike, we go back into the unknown as to what might be coming in the next month or so.
We'll have a little more direction with an announcement soon from the Missouri State High School Activities Association as to a hopeful planned start on time.
That is a hit batter with the bases loaded. Griesmer gets hit. And the Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors take a 1-0 lead on the RBI hit by pitch.
Control issues obviously for Harmon.
Jeb Jarman coming to the plate.
Harrell found the strike zone that time.
Strike one to Jeb. His dad, Lance Jarman, longtime Kickapoo coach and assistant in football. Brother Brad played for the Chiefs. Still nobody out in the top of the second. Time granted there by Chuck Foley, the plate umpire. One ball, two strikes to Jarman.
Good news from a neighboring state, Tennessee, announcing their high school activities will be starting on schedule.
Strike three called to Jarman. One out with the bases full, and Dean Phillips coming to the plate.
Harrell, good pitch that time, right in on the knees of Jarman.
Hillcrest's Dean Phillips. Two balls, no strikes.
Kansas High School Activities Association expecting to make an announcement, I think, on Tuesday of next week. And again, they looked promising as far as being able to start on time. I don't know what normal will be, but Just for these kids' sake, we obviously hope that high school sports can start on time.
Strike called. Springfield Public Schools announcing today that they will begin in kind of a split time situation with half the students going Mondays and Tuesdays, half on Thursdays and Fridays, and everyone virtual on Wednesdays.
Okay.
On 2-2, way high. And Misha announcing that if you don't have any kind of seated classes,
right,
if it's all virtual, then you're out on athletics. So everyone will do their best to at least start. No worse than a split situation. Here's a strike to Phillips, and he's down for the second out.
Well, he's hit 3 batters. He's given up a bunt single, and he's struck out 2 batters.
And through it all, just 1 run allowed. Yeah. Now Garrett Fry. Kickapoo Chief playing first base.
Fry headed to Mizzou. No sports there. An academic all-state player.
That takes him on the helmet to plate a run. Says he is good after this. Cooper Ryan, the hitter now for Hillcrest, from Hillcrest. Two outs, and Harrell needs just 1 more to get out of this.
Cooper Ryan, a 3rd generation Hornet baseball player.
Inside. One and two, and Harrell needs 1 more strike.
Another promising sign, at least in the United States tonight, with the beginning of Major League Baseball season with 2 games. The 60-game season.
Ryan strikes out, and that'll take care of the Hornet Chief team. In the top of the second, they add or score 2 runs, their first 2 with just 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-0. Don West back with Mike McClure. The Central High School baseball field. Tim Glenn leads it off for the Central Glendale Parkview seniors. And takes ball 1. Chase Griesmer, the new pitcher out of Hillcrest. Is hit high and foul over to the buses.
And Austin Bonham, the new catcher.
Jacob Martin started and had a 3-up, 3-down inning, and now it's Griesmer to Glenn, and the ball to deep short comes out of the first baseman's glove and safe at first base.
Low throw by the shortstop Cruz.
That will have to be an error. Tommy Carr to the plate. Ball one up and in. Into the air on the right side. The second baseman, Cates, fades over for the catch and the out. Tanner Burnett coming to the plate. Runner going. And Glenn slides in safely at second base for the steal. Tanner Burnett headed to NEO in Miami, Oklahoma for baseball. Played in the 417 baseball program in the summer. Spent some time at the Mariucci Clubhouse down at Ozark, the U.S. Baseball Park. Staying sharp this summer.
Haven't seen it in person, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Letter high strike. And 3-1 to Burnett. Count full now from Chase Griesmer. Runner at second, one out. Runner going to third, and this is in the air on the left side. A lot of room over there in foul territory. And fading back over for the catch is Will Bailey.
Not a lot of wind. It's just looking up and trying to decide if it's going closer to the dugout or coming back toward the infield, and nice catch by Bailey.
Now Central's Jerry Gaylor.
He won a district title in wrestling. Going to wrestle for Drury.
Looks at ball one. All Ozark Conference in wrestling for Coach Brian Pick at Central. Two away with the runner at second base. Three and 0 now to Gaylor. And strike one. This game will go 7 innings no matter what, even if it is tied. There's ball 4 to Gaylor. And 2 on, 2 out for the Central Glendale Parkview seniors. Catcher Turner Jackson has to get the gear off as he comes to the plate.
He is headed to Lebanon, Illinois, play baseball for the McKendree University Bearcats. He was scheduled to be the starting catcher for Glendale. He's a vocal team leader.
Runner headed to third. Pitch is a strike. The throw a little bit offline. Gaylor takes second on the back end. And so the tying run in scoring position now for the Bulldog Falcon Viking team.
Glenn got almost a running start from second base that time. Had a tremendous jump off of Griesmer.
Curve breaks off into the turf. One and one to Turner Jackson. Reaches for it, and it's foul territory. See Timmy Glenn there, what he tried to do with it, make the little fake pick up throw to first. It's Glenn at third and Gaylor at second.
It's a new game site for you tonight to add to your list.
Well, first game ever played here.
There you go.
Good night to be a Bulldog. That's hit pretty hard out into left. Chase Tollison has it played well and has the catch. Nothing across, and after 2 complete innings, still 2-0. On to the 3rd inning here at Central High School's baseball field. The 2-0 score, the Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors with the lead. Just 1 hit in the game so far, the bunt single by Chase Cruz in the 2nd inning. Some shadows start to extend across the infield now. Brandon Wiles is the new pitcher from Parkview for the home team, and it's Will Bailey to lead off, and he's the last batter in the order for the Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors. We welcome to the other microphone Marty Marsh from Springfield Public Schools. Marty, it's great to be back, at least for now.
Don, it's great to be out here with high school students in an athletic situation and really enjoying the opportunity to celebrate with these seniors. You know, what was obviously a disappointing senior year, but through each of our senior events that we've hosted in Springfield, it's been an opportunity to relive some memories and have that one last opportunity on the quarter field, whatever it was.
Safe at first there for Bailey, and that got right by Brandon Wiles. We'll call that a hit for now. And go to the top of the order now to Joey Morris. He struck out in the 1st inning. Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors bat here in the top of the 3rd with Marty Marsh from SPS Athletics joining us. And Morris takes strike 1. It had to have been so difficult in March and then through the spring months for the SPS office, Marty.
Well, you know, it's been challenging times, certainly unprecedented, and you know, we look at each day as a new day and an opportunity to grow, and you know, just the tremendous support that we've had from student athletes, from coaches, from administrators to the media, just everyone working together to truly do what's best for kids. Cannot brag enough on our sports medicine team and the job that they're doing in our health services and the county health department and all, just working with us to really provide opportunities for students and do so in a safe fashion.
Will Bailey in at second base. Really good throw from Turner Jackson. Mishandled it short. So now Joey Morris with a 1-1 count. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Morris. And so, Marty, so many different senior events have been going on, and how many different sports this week?
Right. Well, we started this week on Tuesday with tennis and had a big tennis tournament. Yesterday morning we had a golf tournament out at River Cut, and then last night we had a track and field meet at JFK, and then tonight running concurrently is a soccer game at Kickapoo and obviously our baseball game here.
That was hit hard enough to left field that Will Bailey could only go from second to third. Solid hit from Joey Morris. First and third now with nobody out. And another Kickapoo chief now, Chase Tollison, to look to add to the lead. That is down the line and fair, and will score a run as Bailey is in. Morris on to third. The slide, and he is safe, and on to second on the throw is Tollison, or probably a double anyway. And so the run across to make it 3-0. And this one is laced by Tollison. It gets caught up in the thick natural grass in the outfield. So 3-0 for the Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors now. And Garrett Cates at the plate. And quickly 2-0. This is down the right field line and might be trouble, and it is. Caught, was it? Kind of ran out of my sight there. Indeed out, but the runner advances second to third and also scoring on a sacrifice fly. Now watch this. We'll get a better look at it here, or I will anyway. And that is a nice running catch by Brady out there, Harper Brady. Now this one to the backstop, and a run will score. So that will make it 5-0. With Jacob Martin at the plate. And he bounces one to deep short. Cut off in the throw and safe at first. That's a great effort. Tim Glenn, the shortstop, going deep in the hole and just a little late. The infield single. Tommy Slattery, the batter. And he'll hit one down the right side that's going to drop. So, Marty, we talked a little earlier about SPS planning to start in kind of a blended school year this year.
Yes, a hybrid model. That
will allow the athletics to happen for now.
Yes. Misha has clearly stated that we've got an offer an in-seat or a seated classroom opportunity, and as long as we do that, then athletics can continue, and that's really an exciting opportunity, and we, our athletic department and athletic team have really been working hard on trying to create return to play protocols where we can do so in a safe fashion.
Up high and 2-1 to Tommy Slattery. So Josh Scott is where tonight? Is soccer going on tonight too?
Josh is at soccer out at Kickapoo, and it's also his anniversary, so I'll give a shout out to happy anniversary for him. So.
3 runs home in the inning here for Hillcrest Kickapoo. 2-2 count to Slattery. And it jammed him. That will be fair on the first base side. The tag applied by Wiles for the second out. He'll go kind of backside there for the tag. Jacob Martin on to second base. Austin Bonham to the plate. And strike one. Well, we hope the best, Marty, obviously, to have as normal a school year and athletic year as we can.
We do. You know, as we talked about, it's been disappointing for these seniors, but the joy has really been the last 3 nights watching those seniors come out one last time, put on that uniform, and just the student athletes and the parents have just been really excited for that opportunity. It's truly been wonderful to witness and see, and you know, I think the Missouri State High School Activities Association has done a great job of putting together protocols, and we've worked with our Mercy Sports Medicine team and our health department of how to develop plans where we can return to play and like I say, do so by keeping our athletes safe.
2-2 now to Bonham. And that's out front of the plate in the turf. Love the new show place here for Central.
Well, it's been a couple of years in the works, but it's a beautiful facility, something that I'm very proud that Central gets to have and host their home games at, and obviously going to be a baseball, softball facility combination, and just really a neat, exciting opportunity, especially for these Central seniors to open the field and to have their first game played on this field be their senior year.
Austin Bonham drew the walk, and on the wild pitch, Martin goes on to third. First and third with 2 outs with Chase Cruz at the plate, and Brandon Wiles needing one more out to get this over. Cruz had a bunt single in the 2-run second inning. Ball 1. And there's a strike, and the land was available to SPS out here, right, Marty?
It was. The transportation center is just to the east of us here, where all the district buses are housed, and this was an open field and part of that property, and so the land was there, and just had to start construction and you know, build this beautiful facility, and certainly appreciate the community and their support and allowing us to do so.
There's strike 3 called. Marty Marsh, thank you so much for the visit. Glad to be back.
Thank you, and thanks for your coverage.
We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning here at the Central High School baseball field. 5-0 the lead now for the Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors. To the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Central Glendale Parkview seniors, it's Charlie Woodworth to lead off, and the first pitch is chopped out to the shortstop. On to first for the out. New pitcher is Chase Tollison, and that was hit by Charlie Woodworth, and quickly 1 out. Brandon Wiles coming to the plate. Okay, Jared Allen is the number, or the name announced, and that's hit foul back and out of play. Aha, okay, that's what we're up against. But this would be Wiles then. 2 balls and 1 strike. And quickly 3-1. Full count. Chase Tollison wanting to work quickly. That's hit foul out of play. Here it is on 3-2, and swung on and missed by Wiles for the second out.
Another good pitch. When you get batters to chase up around the eye level, you know you've got a good velocity on that fastball.
Now it's Jared Allen, Central number 8. And we'll go and play at Evangel. There's ball 1. Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And rolled to the pitcher, and Tollison has a quick 3-up, 3-down inning. Central Glendale Parkview retired in order. We played 3, and it's 5-0 for the visitors. To the 4th inning, 5-0. The Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors have the lead in the Springfield Public Schools senior baseball game at the new Central High School field. Chase Griesmer set to lead it off. Into the 4th we go. Here's Mike McClure.
A lot of first pitch swinging tonight as that is slowly hit to short and quickly 1 away. Cruz out to Glenn.
So Jeb Jarman headed up now for the Hornet Chief team.
Jarman struck out back in the 2nd. And ball 1.
We're reminded we're close to the downtown airport. That's the Red Baron overhead.
Fouled that off his foot in the batter's box. So the outfield now, McClellan in left, Brady in center, Harrell in right. Carr, Glenn, Young, Wiles around the infield from left to right. Turner Jackson still behind the plate. And ball 4. A little bit of left field still in sunlight, everything else into the shade. Here's Dean Phillips from Hillcrest. Two and 0. Swing and a miss. Didn't ask the dimensions, but I'm assuming about 325, 350, 375. Pretty average numbers for a high school baseball field around here.
Looks like it.
Two and 2. Snap throw to first, but Jarman safely back. Just low for ball 4. 2 on, 1 out for the Hillcrest Kickapoo team. Already a 5-run lead for them here in the 4th inning. Garrett Fry to the plate. Lines one foul past the first base dugout.
Ooh. Could do some damage in the backyard over there.
Slowly hit to second. They do get to play at second as Glenn, the shortstop, got there in time to get the throw from Young. Force out of Phillips with Jarman moving to third. Fielder's choice for Fry.
And a good move to get one of the lead runners there at second base instead of perhaps an easier play at first.
Cooper Ryan to the plate. Takes a called strike. Cooper Ryan struck out back in the second. 0-2. Well, did you see Tony Romo today?
I got there a little late. He had already withdrawn by then.
The wrist injury. Wild pitch to the backstop and out at the plate. Woodworth blocked home plate, and there was nowhere for Jarman to tag home plate. What a nice play by Woodworth. Got the left knee down and the tag applied to end the inning. Good defense. After 3.5, it is still 5-0 Hillcrest Kickapoo. Mike McClure, Don West, great to have you with us here on MC 22. Springfield Public Schools senior baseball game from the new facility for Springfield Central High School. Harper Brady offered and missed for strike one. Harper Brady going to Dallas Baptist University. Not playing college sports for the Falcons, was scheduled to compete as either a left fielder or a right fielder.
Dallas Baptist in Missouri State's conference in baseball in the Missouri Valley, but only in baseball.
Swing and a miss, dropped by the catcher, so throw to first to record the out. Dean Phillips, by the way, from Hillcrest, the new pitcher here in the 4th inning.
Tyler McClellan now with 1 out and nobody on.
Rips the first pitch into center field for a base hit.
His first time up in this game. He was batting, what, 13th?
Yep.
And the first hit for Central Glendale Parkview.
Matthew Keller-Strauss to bat. Flight out to right field back in the first. Bailey is still at third. Cruz still at short. Runner at first not going. The pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate. Garrett Kate still at second. Garrett Fry at first. Runner from first goes, with that pitch ripped into left field for a base hit. Strauss and McClellan with back-to-back singles here in the fourth inning.
And the home team feeling a little momentum here now.
Zach Young to the plate. Struck out back in the first. Up and in for ball one.
He struck out in the first inning. Inning that Central Glendale Parkview went 1-2-3. It's Jacob Martin.
Popped up behind second base. Caught by Cates. Another Harrell to the plate. Harrell struck out back in the first. Chops one foul over by the first base dugout. I don't know about you, but this sure feels awfully good to my heart tonight.
Yes, will do your heart some good. Our first full-blown sports broadcasts in 4 months tonight here on MC22. Price Cutter Charity Championship Show coming your way nightly at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thursday through Sunday this week.
And there is still Springfield Lasers tennis.
That comes to you from West Virginia. Lasers matches broadcast by us as well.
Harrell gets a piece of it. 1-2. I don't know what we've learned through all this except patience.
A lot of it.
And that is a soft liner caught by the shortstop Cruz to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. 4 complete. 2020 Springfield Public Schools senior baseball game, 5-0. Hillcrest Kickapoo team on top after 4. Lights are on for the first time, officially.
Ever at this field.
Springfield Central High School baseball field. Central Glendale Parkview team trailing 5-0. Jared Allen, the new pitcher for the Central Glendale Parkview team.
Oh, Submariner. And a strike.
Cooper Ryan leading things off. Struck out back in the second.
Mentioned he was a third-generation Hornet. Grandpa is Wayne Ryan, who was one of the early day softball stars in fast pitch in this area when they played games at Fast Night Park and Grant Beach. Let's see if Allen can get one over here on 1-2.
It was low, 2-2. And a called strike 3.
Looking good.
Call from home plate umpire Chuck Foley, Robert Hill, Tony Hill, rounding out the umpiring crew in this Springfield Public Schools senior baseball game. Will Bailey to the plate. Takes ball 1.
This has the feel of one of those old Springfield Legion League All-Star games that we used to do back in the 80s and early 90s. There were some area schools, Ozark and Republic. A couple others that were in the league, but had the teams wearing their normal uniforms and playing mostly at Metter in those days.
Will Bailey headed to play college baseball in Liberty, Missouri for William Jewell. Second team all-conference pitcher a couple seasons ago. He was 6-1 on the bump for Kickapoo, a 2.2 ERA. He hit .277 back in 2019, drove in 17 runs. Two and one. Now 3-1. This field reminds me of the Aurora High School baseball field when they redid theirs. Artificial turf infield and a natural grass in the outfield. Again, a combined baseball and softball facility.
Red and black. Yeah, this is where Central softball will play too. Hillcrest has the same arrangement now at Dick Birmingham Field at Hillcrest, with their softball field or team sharing that field.
Called strike to force a 3-2 count. Called strike 3.
Speaking of softball, almost a rise ball there, coming all the way up from the turf. And yeah, generous strike call, but hey, it's an all-star type of setting tonight.
Joey Morris to the plate is 1 for 2, struck out in the first, singled and scored back in the third. Ball 1 misses outside. Ripped to third, but right at Wiles. Scooped at first by Woodworth for the third out. 3 up, 3 down. Hillcrest Kickapoo retired in order. We move to the bottom of the 5th. Hillcrest Kickapoo still leading 5-0. Nothing. Hillcrest Kickapoo team so far blanking the Central Glendale Parkview team. Bottom of inning number 5. It'll be Will Bailey now on the mound. Product from Kickapoo.
Tim Glenn leading it off. Kickapoo versus Glendale.
Called strike.
Jeb Jarman is back behind the plate as catcher for this inning for Will Bailey.
Glenn reached on an error back in the second, but did not score. Cooper Ryan, a new left fielder. Martin back at first, Griesmer to second, Cruz still at short. Glenn back in the box. Fastball swung on, popped up. And almost a collision, but the second baseman, Griesmer, will make the catch for the out. Two teammates there from the Hornets.
Dean Phillips hanging around there.
Tommy Carr to the plate, 0 for 1, popped up to the second baseman, back in the second.
Reminded that having some of these Hillcrest players, that it was 32 years ago now that Hillcrest lost one of its own players, Andy Gott, 32 years ago this week to cancer. He'd been a part of their school ball state championship team and came out and got the trophy for them in 1988. They lost Andy on the morning of their American Legion League Championship game that we televised, Rob Evans and I, from Meadow Park in mid-July of '88. And Hillcrest played and won the Springfield Legion League Championship on the day they lost one of their own teammates.
2-2 pitch will be coming in from Bailey. Instead, time is called. Fouled off a good pitch to stay alive.
Still keep up with the former Hillcrest coach Dave Davis on Facebook, and he is very active on there, especially talking about St. Louis Cardinals and baseball in general, and now what's going on with schools nationwide.
Three and two.
Dave, one of the finest gentlemen in baseball this city's ever had, a Central graduate and a Hillcrest legend, especially with his work with the HTV class, the Hillcrest TV production.
Swinging a foul tip into the glove for strike 3 as Carr down on strikes. We'll bring in Tanner Burnett, who was 0 for 1, fouled out back in the second inning. Bailey looking good on the mound. Pop up and a strikeout. Again, a 6-1 record back in 2019 with an ERA just over 2. Hold strike to Tanner Burnett. One and one.
Anyone and everyone on some of these teams is going to be called upon to pitch at different times.
1 and 2 again. The fastball just popping the catcher's mitt.
A lot of times it's the team that has the most effective pitchers that will have the most success.
And that is ripped fair past third. Burnett will hold up at first with a 2-out single.
Third hit of the game for Central Glendale Parkview.
We'll bring Jerry Gaylor to the plate. He drew a walk back in the second inning.
Senior from Central, number 4, and pitching the next inning, Jerry Gaylor.
Strike one. One and one to Gaylor. A little bit of a breeze now that we had not felt earlier. That will drift foul out of play. Turner Jackson awaits in the on-deck circle. Swinging a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Bailey. Central Glendale Parkview remaining scoreless after 5. Hillcrest Kickapoo on top, 5-0.
Tanner Burnett will take the mound for Central Glendale Parkview. And we'll go to the 6th inning. Chase Tollison to lead it off. Now to Kickapoo as we go to the 6th inning, again scheduled for 7 innings, and that's it. Win, lose, or tie. Ball 1 to Tollison. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Two and 0 now. That one in the dirt, or in the turf. Tollison with that double in the 3rd inning, and that was part of the 3-run inning. It's been the biggest of the game so far, and Tollison draws a walk.
That double scored Bailey. Morris ended up stopping at 3rd.
So 1 RBI on that one.
And then Garrett Cates followed with the sacrifice fly and RBI that brought in Morris, and then Tollison later scored the 3rd run of the inning on a wild pitch.
Garrett Cates at the plate now. Ball 1 with Tollison at first. With everybody batting, as it were, with 13 batters or so on each side, we don't worry about pinch runners, courtesy runners. It's one thing that stays closer to normal. We'll be back behind us.
I'm just going to repeat everything that you've been hearing. Wash your hands, stay social distance, wear your mask. If you're sick, stay home.
Get us through this. Runner going, the pitch is a ball, and the throw sails into center field. Nothing else happening there. Still Jerry Gaylor catching. Two and 1 to Garrett Cates. Chopped to the pitcher, and Burnett, low throw, but out at first. He'll come back to 3rd too late. One away.
Almost a little low on the throw, but Tollison stands at 3rd with 1 down for big Jacob Martin.
Gaylor keeps it close. So Martin with an infield single in that 3-run third inning. And this one is low. Fastball, fisted foul.
And that one did bounce off the house.
I'm telling you, those houses are pretty close back there. Sprayed over into the neighborhood again.
The for sale signs are going up tomorrow.
Well, I hope they have an arrangement with some of those neighbors to get some baseballs back. There's a look at what's back behind the field. Again, very similar to what they had over on the west side of town at Nichols Park when Central played there for so many years.
Martin taking a called third strike for the second out.
Tommy Slattery now. This one with a play at the plate, and the tag is made for the out as the ball bounces off of the concrete right back to Jerry Gaylor, and he makes the play at the plate himself. That ends the top of the sixth with nothing across. On we move to the bottom of the sixth inning, 5-0. Joey Morris to the mound for Hillcrest Kickapoo as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. 5-0 lead for the visitors, the Hillcrest Kickapoo team. Turner Jackson leading it off, and he takes ball one. Talking with Ryan Schafitzel earlier this week about this game, about how it would be laid out. That one will get into left field for a base hit, the fourth hit of the game for Central Glendale Parkview. Nice piece of hitting.
Tried to jam him, but got that bat out in front of it.
So Ryan and I I was asking, so who's the home team going to be? Because that's something they hadn't really thought about yet. And despite the fact that his would not be the team, he immediately said, well, I'm going to make that call, and it's going to be the Central team that gets to be the home team because it's their field and it's their kind of their showcase night. Charlie Woodworth with a loud strike one. Home team needs some action here. One ball, one strike.
It has been good to see so many youth baseball and softball tournaments that brought in a lot of teams in different parts of Southwest Missouri, whether it be Springfield or Joplin or Carthage, wherever.
Show Me Collegiate League gave it a nice run at U.S. Baseball Park before being forced to call it early.
They literally were the first.
Yeah. 3-1.
I mean, just to see live sports back on TV again. Just
anything. That is high and tight for ball four. And Brandon Wiles will bat. 2 on, and home team Central Glendale Parkview looking to get back in this. They're just a hit or two away from that now. Strike one to Wiles. And that is strike one. Here in the bottom of the sixth, 5-0. Move to second base.
we had Turner Jackson leaning toward third. Slipped a little going back to second, but made it back.
Two balls, one strike. Now 2-2, and Wiles. Scoreboard said 2-2. Must have been 3.
Let's go, Jared!
So here's Jared Allen. Ball 1 to Allen with 2 on and 1 out. That will skip away from Jeb Jarman. Runners will move up.
Off the glove of Jarman, pass ball.
Two in scoring position, and Central Glendale Parkview starting to run out of outs. And 3-0 now to Jared Allen. He'd like to load him up here for Harper Brady next. Three and one.
Might be the only time he ever gets to swing on 3-0, just there.
That's right. Joey Morris has come back to fill it at 3-2. And he gets Allen on strikes for the second out. Two away, and now a chance to keep the shutout on the board here for Joey Morris. Harper Brady at the plate. Strike one to Brady. Strikeout victim in the 4th inning. Oh and 2. Morris almost kind of fell there. Thought I heard balk from the dugout, but not. 0-2 sails to the backstop. Runners won't try it. They remember what happened earlier.
Padding in front of that concrete wall behind home plate, but
bounces hard off of it. That one came off of the netting. 1-2, swung on and missed. And that will do it for Central Glendale Parkview in the 6th. 6 down, 1 to go. 5-0 Hillcrest Kickapoo as we go to the 7th. To the 7th inning. 5 runs, 5 hits for Hillcrest Kickapoo. They all came in the 2nd and 3rd innings. 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd. Other than that, it's been quite a pitcher's battle. But those two frames have put Southsiders and the Northsiders on top. They have 5-0 score with Tommy Slattery at the plate and taking strike one. He scored a run in the 2nd inning after leading off the inning being hit by a pitch. Strike makes it 0-2. And ball into left field, right between them for a base hit for Slattery.
Jackson dove to his left, Wiles dove to his right. Still found its way out into left field.
Leadoff man on, top of the 7th. Austin Bonham to the plate. Runner going, the pitch is a strike. The throw hit the mound. And that slowed its path to second base. It's a steal for Slattery. This one gets away from Gaylor. Moving to third is Slattery with nobody out. Wild pitch and a runner at third. One and one. And Bonham hits one to the shortstop. Wiles will throw to first. The run scores to make it 6-0. And that will clear the bases now with one away. RBI for Bonham. Chase Cruz bats. Base is empty, one out. Ball one to Cruz. He had a bunt single in the second that helped keep that inning moving along for Hillcrest Kickapoo. They ended up scoring two. This one is bounced to Allen at second base. The Central Bulldog on to first for the second out. Jared's got fans here tonight. Now Chase Griesmer. Nobody on and two out. Straight back behind us. Ooh, hit a tree and came back in play back here. You got to keep your head covered.
Front and back.
Yeah. Telling you. Strike two. Breaking off outside. One ball, two strikes. Hit to third. Jackson was playing deep. He'll throw long across and out. That will do it for Hillcrest Kickapoo, but they add a run on one hit. We go to the bottom of the seventh. 6-0 Hillcrest Kickapoo with a lead. Chase Cruz will look to close it out and keep the shutout on the board for the Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors as they lead 6-0. Bottom of the seventh inning, last chance here for Central Glendale Parkview. Tyler McClellan leading it off. A single, his only time up today. 4 hits in the game for the home team. Austin Bonham goes back out. Have a word with Cruz. Have you had a chance to look at the comet after dark through the binoculars?
I have not.
I did that last night. Off in the northwest sky, right below the Big Dipper.
That's what I heard.
Fun stuff. Your only chance in the next 6,800 years. Right to the first baseman for out number one. Matthew Keller-Strauss to the plate. 1 for 2 in the game.
Jacob Martin making that easy catch at first, hit right at him.
Curve, strike one. Well, hats off to SPS for putting this event on and all of the sports that they've allowed the seniors to compete in here in July. There's a base hit into center for Kellerstrass, his second hit of the game. Fifth hit for Central Glendale Parkview. And it's Zach Young to the plate.
Kellerstrass, I think, the only player with a multi-hit game tonight.
He gets back into first base. Best of luck to all of these seniors as they move on. May the rest of your life be better than your senior year was. Young is 0 for 2. Runner going, pitch is high, throw is too late. So with one out, a runner in scoring position for Central Glendale Parkview as they look to get a run across. 1-2 now to Young. Runner going, and it hits Young. Kellerstrass had third stolen, and he'll have to go back to second. See, look at the jump. It's halfway there before the release. Now Hunter Harrell. Ball one to Harrell. He's 0 for 2, struck out, lined out to short. There goes the runner again. Kellerstrass looking to take third, and he does.
Young stayed at first. Got a feeling he'll be headed this pitch.
There he goes. Pitch is high. Throw off line. The run scores for Central Glendale Parkview. Kellerstrass across, and it's 6-1. Runner at second. One away, and a curve is a strike. Three and two now to Harrell. And down he goes on a nasty curve for strike three in the second out. Timothy Glenn now the last chance for Central Glendale Parkview. Runner at second, 2 outs, spot of the seventh. 6-1 for Hillcrest and Kickapoo. Breaking stuff again for a strike. One ball, one strike. 2 runs in the second, 3 in the third for Hillcrest Kickapoo. 4 hits in the third inning to plate the 3 runs in the biggest inning of the game. Two and two, and the game down to 1 strike. Cruz to Glenn on 2 and 2. And a swing and a miss. That will do it as Hillcrest Kickapoo wins over Central Glendale Parkview 6-1. A celebration of the 2020 seniors in Springfield High School baseball. We'll wrap it up when we come back in a minute. The Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors get the win 6-1. 6 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 7 left. For the winners, 5-1 with 8 left for Central Glendale Parkview. Chase Griesmer, the second inning pitcher, gets the win. Hunter Harrell takes the loss. The game played in an even 2 hours. Mike, one of the biggest plays was the double by Chase Tollison in the third inning to drive in a run, a 3-run inning, and the only extra base hit of the night, as it turned out.
That was a solid play by Chase Tollison back in the third. Just what are we going to remember from tonight? The fact that these high school seniors, for one time here in 2020, got to put their high school baseball uniform on. I mean, we were so close to starting spring sports, the actual start of it. COVID-19 had other ideas, and I'm just so happy for these kids. My heart still breaks for the high school seniors, for what happened to them. We move on. We hope people will follow the rules, because if you want to see high school sports, you'll do the social distancing. You'll do what we need to do to keep school in session.
And we hope to see you in the coming weeks and months with the fall sports schedule. We'll be there if there's a schedule to be had, and we certainly hope that there is. A 6-1 win for the Hillcrest Kickapoo seniors tonight in the celebration of 2020 senior high school baseball in Springfield. For Mike McClure and for our crew headed up by Brandon Height and Corey Riggs, I'm Don West. Thank you so much for joining us, and good evening from the Central High School baseball field.